morning and hello. My name is Renee D. Waring and I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries. Welcome to you all and a special welcome to the new members of my community. I am glad to be able to speak with you today. My presentation is on the impact of gun violence on children and teens, part of the report of By Every Day, Every Town for Gun Safety Support Fund. This report was last published on December 18, 2021. Children and teens of the U.S. Staggeringly high rates of gun death and injuries, gun homicides, non-fatal shootings, and exposure to gun violence stunt lives. And because their disproportionate impact reflect the intensify the country's long-standing racial inequalities. Black and Latinx children and teens are impacted by gun violence at a higher rate than their white peers, in part because deliberate policy decisions that create segregated neighborhoods under investments in their communities. Exposure to gun violence has an impact on child, teen, psychological, and mental well-being and affects their school performance, among other factors. Key findings. The deadly impact of guns on children and teens in America. Annually, more than 3,500 children and teens ages 0 to 19 are shot and killed, and 15,000 are shot and wounded, and an average of 52 children and teens every day. Gun violence shapes the lives of the children who witness it. They know someone who was shot or live with fear of the next shooting. Firearms are the leading cause of death for children and teens. American children aged 5 to 14 are 21 times more likely to be killed by guns. And American adolescents and young adults ages 15 to 24 are 23 times more likely to be killed with guns. When American children and teens are killed with guns, 60% of them are homicides, more than 2,100 deaths per year. Children are particularly impacted by the intersection of domestic violence and gun violence. Data drawn from 16 states indicate that nearly two-thirds of child fatalities involving domestic violence are caused by guns. Another 35% of children and teen gun deaths and suicides is 1,200 per year. When children under the age of 18 die by suicide, they are likely to use a gun that they found at home. Gun violence manifests in a myriad of ways in American schools, and school shootings have created new anxieties for a younger generation of students. According to an Everytown analysis, there have been at least 549 incidences of gunfire on school grounds from 2013 to 2019. Of these 47 occurrences on the grounds of elementary, middle, and high schools, resulting in 129 deaths and 220 people wounded. All incidents of gun violence in schools, regardless of their intent or victim count, compromise the safety of students and staff. The disproportionate impact of gun violence on Black and Latinx children and teens. Black children and teens in America are 14 times more likely than their white counterparts to die by gun homicide. Latinx children Latinx children and teens are three times more likely to die by gunfire or suicide than their white peers. White and black children may live in the same city yet experience it differently due to policy decisions that enforce racial segregation and displace this investment of certain communities. Gun violence is concentrated in black neighborhoods within cities, many of which are marked by high levels of poverty, joblessness, and low levels of investment in education. The high concentration of these factors in the neighborhood are referred to as a quote concentrated disadvantage and is a strong predictor of violent crime. Youth in neighborhoods that experience concentrated disadvantage can be isolated from institutions such as school, jobs, increasing risk that they will engage in crime and violence, thus feeding a vicious cycle of violence. Although black students represent 15% of the total K 12 school population in America, they make up 25% of the K 12 victims of gunfire at school. Thus ends my presentation for today. I'm glad to be able to share with you all today. I hope that you found my talk to be both interesting and informative. My next presentation will be on the fourth Friday of next month. Please view it and have your family and friends view it also. I would like for them to join my community by going to my website and filling out the pop-up contact form. My website is www.uniquelyandwonderfullymadeministries.com. I repeat, www.uniquely, and wonderfullymadeministries.com. My email address is mirecovery74@gmail.com. Repeat, mirecovery74@gmail.com. Send me your questions, concerns, and prayer requests. I would love to be invited to come to speak with your group on hot topics of mental health. Please send me an email concerning this. I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries. My name is Renee D. Waring, and I am the warrior warring.